We back, Ratchet Gang. We back with another one. We back with another banger. Let's get the likes up. Look, you might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know it's the king. Too loyal, know I'm talking about Ratchet TV. Hey, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Get the likes up if you in the building. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell so you can get the drop whenever I drop. All right, so boom. Man. We got to talk Ratchet Gang. We got to chop it up. Look, right about now, we got to chop it up about this Kendrick Johnson case. This has been a highly requested case. You know, I've been covering the Kanika case and reopening those files on the Kanika case. They've been like, hey, Ratchet, why don't you do this for Kendrick Johnson? Can we get a series of Kendrick Johnson videos? I'm like, all right, if y'all requesting it, then I'm gonna do it. I also got a website I'm working on that's gonna be a complete Ratchet Gang, Ratchet TV hub. Trust me, it's coming soon. Y'all haven't been seeing me go live too much because I've been working on a lot of stuff, man. Like I got a bunch of music that I'm dropping. I have like 50, 60 unreleased songs that y'all haven't even heard. So I got the music going. I got a lot of series that I've been working on. I got the gaming that I've been working on. It's a lot of stuff that's coming out. Just look, I'm just a very busy person. I got a lot of business stuff. I've been working on business deals. I've been working on all type of stuff. So with that being said, we're about to get into this Kendrick Johnson case. So I want everybody to go ahead and like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got your notification bells on all notifications. And also hype the video up when you're done. If you want to send a donation, $ Ratchet TV, that's the Cash App, or you could just send a super chat, super sticker. I appreciate all that. All right, so we're gonna get into the facts of this Kendrick case. Allegedly, and everything I say is alleged, and it's all under the Fair Use Act. And you can see the fair use disclaimer in the description of this video and in the description of all my videos. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. Like I said, it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the fair use disclaimer in the description of this video. And everything I say is alleged. Allegedly, y'all. So let's get right into this Kendrick Johnson story. We've covered this over here before, but not quite like this. We've done a lot of things before. We just never did these things quite like this. So without further ado, let's get into this Kendrick Johnson case. This is not a new case, so I shouldn't have to catch y'all up to speed. If you're not familiar with the case, go do a little homework, but we'll give y'all a kind of a brief little, you know what I'm saying, rundown on whatever. But there's been a lot of misinformation coming out. There's been a lot of people say new information, but nothing is new that's coming out yet. Not anything there's nothing quite new that is dropping yet. So what is coming out is the family is saying they have new evidence. Now, with that new evidence, it does not mean the case is being reopened in any way. The FBI has already said the case is closed. The FBI is not stepping in this case. I'm just giving y'all the real. The FBI will not be assisting the family. The FBI has already investigated the case, and the FBI has determined that no foul play, no nothing. I'm telling y'all, the FBI has already investigated the case. The police have already investigated the case. The FBI has investigated the police. The FBI has investigated the families. They've all determined that this is exactly what it's supposed to be. Even with new evidence, it does not mean the FBI is taking nothing on. Allegedly, the FBI has said case closed, and the case is going to remain closed. I don't think the case is getting reopened. It's just me personally speaking because I've covered this case. But as always, when there's information popping out there and y'all want me to cover it, I'm definitely going to do a story on it. So I would love to get into this Kendrick Johnson story with y'all. Do y'all want to see this Kendrick Johnson story? Let me know out there in the chat. Let's start right now. We ain't got to even hold y'all up, man. Let's go ahead and get started right now.
Update on the Kendrick Johnson case. Federal judge is being accused by Kendrick Johnson's family of helping cover up the death and fabricating reports in massive $10 billion lawsuit, 14 years after their son's mysterious death. Here's some more.
$10 billion lawsuit. Now, a $10 billion lawsuit, and Kanika Jenkins' mama settled for 3.7. They got a $10 billion lawsuit to this day. I don't think they've ever settled for anything. I don't think they took any money all this time later. I don't think they took a dime but Kanika Jenkins' mama did.
More information on the case. Kendrick Johnson parents are once again pushing for answers. 14 years after their teenage son was mysteriously found dead inside a rolled up gym mat at his South Georgia school. This time they filed a staggering $10 billion lawsuit accusing judges and officials of participating in a long-running cover-up, alleging authorities fabricated reports, ignored or altered key evidence, and worked to suppress the truth. What's fucked up about this case is that even though all evidence pointed towards foul play in this case, they still dismissed that shit. They said that he rolled himself up in the gym mat, but his organs was missing. His organs was fucking stuffed with newspapers. How does a kid manage to roll himself up in a gym mat with no fucking organs? And his face was swollen like he was just beaten. Not to forget, the dad of the kid that was involved in this case was a retired FBI agent or some shit like that. So this whole fucking case is definitely some weird cover-up movie shit.
Notice the FBI said no foul play. Ex-FBI agent. Look, I ain't accusing nobody of nothing. I'm just saying I don't believe in coincidences.
Shit, bro. Higher up judges being paid off, like all type of crazy shit. This is one of the craziest cases in history because they're still fucking lying, man. Shit, definitely a crazy situation though. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
What do y'all think, man? The family's saying they gonna file a $10 billion lawsuit, say they got new evidence coming out. Now, I don't know what the family do or don't have. $10 billion, that's a lot of damn money. I don't know what you could settle for at that point, but that's a lot of money. But rightfully so, though. I ain't gonna lie, rightfully so. You want justice for your kids? Shit, 10 billion. That's a price to put on it right there. 10 billion. That's a lot of damn money. Kanika Jenkins' mama said, look, I'll settle for $3 million. And not they're going for 10 bill, I'll settle for $3 million. They going for 10 bill. Let me settle for $3 million.
Has anyone seen this statement that Kendrick Johnson's parents just released to the news and to the public? Okay, so this is the picture that I'm talking about. They have new photo evidence that has just come out from anonymous sources, and it shows Kendrick Johnson being dragged at the high school in 2013. This is huge. This is huge. This just... Bro, we need more video footage. We need more photos. Whoever was the anonymous source that came forward, they have to have more. I know that those boys' dad, with the authority and the power that he had where they were at in that county, modified that video to keep his boys clean. I'm thinking that there's a possibility that the person that gave them this new photo evidence, is probably the person that had their hands on the original unmodified video, pictures, something. And I think they're starting to feel guilty, and I hope that they keep feeling guilty and that they keep coming out with more to offer the family, honestly. But I know that they are guilty, and I am ready for it to come out. Somebody in the comments said that there was evidence that one of the kids had all over their pants and their arms and their shirt and stuff. I've not seen that video. Please let me know if you've seen that video and where I can find it. But it seems to match the description of them dragging his and then, doing what they did to him. Rest in peace to Kendrick Johnson. Justice for Kendrick Johnson, and justice will be served very soon. Everything done in the dark comes to light.
That's facts. But like I said, it screams cover up. I don't think that they're gonna pick up the case again. The FBI has already said what they said, and once they made statements like that, it let me know that they was in on it.
Gonna be the same camera. Like he got on a white top. Just weird. And guys, again, I'm going to post it so you guys can study it yourselves. This dude looks huge. And we can say that he's African American, but we don't know their color. The camera could just be making them look like that. This thing has definitely been heavily, because all of them look the same, to be honest with you. Like she got some long braids, but again, we can't confirm that as a bad. I know his head is bald at the top, I can tell you that. Alright, so this is the same camera view. What I'm about to show you is the same camera view, same camera. This is crazy work, because I think this is the moment leading up to them going over there to pull down the mats. Keep in mind, now Auntie may be wrong, that's why we're here together. And the name of this video is what happened to the damn camera. Can you guys see it still? Nope. Let me see. All right, let me reshare the screen. Stop share and share. What happened to the camera? Y'all look.
Man. So camera footage showing it was all a fucking play. I mean, it's easy as hell to tell that there was a fucking play and that them boys did exactly what they did and daddy came and saved the day. I think everybody in this room knows that they daddy helped them save the day. It's sad and unfortunate that that boy had to lose his life, and it just goes to show that a little bit of power will help you get away with everything.
The security tape hard drive and the blacked out footage. So we looked into finding that report to see if we could locate it, and we did. However, the report was heavily redacted. But then we were able to find the unredacted FBI report, and what we discovered blew us away. You see, in the redacted report, you can barely see any of the video frames. Most of the frames are blacked out, and the ones with KJ are barely recognizable. In the unredacted report, we were able to see all the video frames in full color. The report follows KJ, Brian, and Brandon's movement throughout the school for the entire day and records where they were. Not only is this further video evidence that the Bell Boys were on campus when KJ went missing, we found something that the FBI clearly didn't want us to see. Let us put them side by side so you can see what we found. Here they are. Can you see something a little odd? Look closely. There appears to be a frame on both pages that matches. How could this be? What tipped us off is KJ's yellow folder. We were going through Brian's movements and all of a sudden, KJ's folder appeared on screen. That's right. There's a frame on KJ's side and Brian's side that is identical. The boys are standing seemingly right next to each other in the hallway.
Did you see Kendrick that day?
No. I did not.
Seeing the alleged killer of KJ standing next to him in the hallway the day he died in school has sent chills down our spines. How did no one see this frame? How did the FBI let this go? Why did it take 6 years and an independent filmmaker to find this? These are all questions that may never go answered. But what we do know for sure is that we have more facts now than we ever had. And this case needs to be reopened and re-examined with a fine-tooth comb.
Fortunately, I just don't. I would love to see this case get reopened. I mean, this is one of the cases like the Kanika case that's kind of stuck with me. There's not many cases that stick with me, but this one definitely is one of those ones that I always go back and revisit.
I asked my photographer to push in tight on your face.
Okay.
Our viewers can read your expression. Did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No. He's like one of my good friends.
Even at the time of his death?
Even at the time of his death.
You know, every word we broadcast of this is going to be scrutinized by the blogosphere, the Twitter sphere, and so on.
Yes, sir. It should be, and I want everybody to know the truth. And I mean, they can ridicule me, and they can say whatever they want, but in the end, the truth will prevail, and everybody will find that me and my brother have been innocent and always will be innocent.
We've just heard what family attorneys acknowledge sheriff's deputies, the GBI, and a federal grand jury have not heard. Brothers Brian and Brandon Bell answering questions, no holds barred, about the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson in 2013.
He was the laughter of our house. He was the joy of our house, and he gives us strength to keep fighting.
The Lowndes County Sheriff says after a thorough investigation, his office agrees with the state medical examiner that Johnson's death was an accident due to positional asphyxia, that he wedged himself in a rolled-up gym mat trying to reach a shoe and could not get out. But Kendrick Johnson's mom takes issue with that.
Are you more convinced today than ever that KJ was a victim of foul play?
Yes.
And with some of what the Bells say.
No, they weren't friends.
And in a lawsuit, Johnson's parents allege a group, including the Bell brothers, sons of an FBI agent, violently assaulted their son, leading to his death.
None of the allegations that were made were without research.
But both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis.
Did you see Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir, not at any point during that day.
Where were you?
I was in class. First block, second block, third block, and fourth block.
Close to the gym?
No.
Did you see Kendrick that day?
No. I did not.
The suit suggests the brothers sought revenge for a brief fight between Brian and Kendrick on a team bus.
A year before, I mean,
What was
we're
that
still
about,
friends.
anyway?
So I can't even remember. I mean, it was so small to us, like it was ridiculous.
Your brother had a football scholarship offered to FSU.
Yes, sir, he did.
They pulled it back.
On signing day.
So how low did you get?
To the lowest you can go.
Letters from the Macon U.S. Attorney's Office suggest both Bells are targets of grand jury investigation. The letters suggest possible civil rights violations.
My objective is to only get justice for my son.
Have you prayed for the Johnsons?
Yes, sir. I have. I hope that they found justice, and I hope that they do find out the truth about their son.
I pray for the truth to come out about what happened to my son.
And to this day, they've gotten a version of a truth to whoever that truth may be to, but I don't believe they've gotten the truth. I still don't believe they have gotten the truth. But as always, let's continue. Let's get down. Let's get the story going. Let's go.
Mom had come home from school. Kendrick Johnson.
You know, she said, have you heard from Kendrick? 12 o'clock, I knew he was dead.
The body had been moved. The scene, in my opinion, had been compromised.
When they said he climbed inside the bed to get the shoes, I already knew that was a lie.
We opened the body in this particular case, and the organs were not there. Paper had been stuffed into the cavity to fill it up.
Body parts are missing, evidence is missing.
And we tested it, and it was blood. Now we did.
But why not ever address this issue? You know what I'm saying? Okay, you're saying that it was an accident. Okay. We don't buy it, but for 1 second, we'll pause and say, okay, cool. That's what you're going to say? Okay, he accidentally died. So who took the organs out? Why did that happen? And whose call was it to do that? Let's talk. And where did they go? Can we talk to the people who took them?
DNA testing, and it was not the blood of Kendrick Johnson.
If it wasn't Kendrick blood, who blood was it?
The parents hired their own medical examiner who said this was a killing.
An FBI agent's home was raided last month in connection with the investigation into the death of a Valdosta teenager.
Supporters for Kendrick's family are calling for a Department of Justice investigation.
What do you want? Justice!
The Johnsons and their supporters now hope the FBI will get an answer to what happened to Kendrick Johnson.
All along, we know it was bullshit. We know it was bullshit.
If KJ had been white, we wouldn't have had to make this film.
That's crazy work. And again, it had the African-American community in an uproar, kind of like Trayvon Martin, Kanika Jenkins. And then I would even go as far as to say this crazy thing I'm finna say, and then Carly Russell. But that Carly Russell is the reason why we'll just never get looked at. We finally got on the mainstream, and that girl dropped the damn ball for us. But of course, those were some high cases. Like, I mean, they had the community in the uproar, and like the Mississippi fight, whatever, that boat fight. A lot of things will put this community in the uproar, and this was one of them. The Kendrick Johnson case was one of those that had the black community very, very angry about things.
Brothers that were also students at the same high school, and I do know that they were accused of it. It was brought into the court, the judge threw it out, everybody just got rid of it, and it now stands closed again, if I'm correct. Okay, so it stands closed again. Now, the cause of death and what they ruled the death as, and this was so true. I was looking at one of the reports where it says that the death was positional asphyxiation, which like that's like if a toddler falls between a couch chair and they don't have the strength to lift their head up and they suffocate, right? Toddler. That would be the operative word. A 17-year-old young man who is almost, you know, fully grown is not going to climb up on a thing without, number one, if he's putting in himself head first, he's got to be up somewhere to get into the mat, to get his shoe out, as they tried to say. And why is the mat not rolling over and him hitting the floor? Okay, so I can't stand on a chair without the thing wobbling. But of course, this mat just stood there and swallowed him up, and that's how he passed away.
That's a very good point. The mat ain't gonna fall down and everybody notice it.
That's what they want you to believe. Not saying it couldn't happen. I would assume there would have to be drugs and alcohol involved in that kind of a decision. I would also have to assume that they would have been in the school gymnasium when no other students were around and no teachers were around. Being a little bit sarcastic here because it's really a dumb scenario to try to push out there. That's what I'm hearing. That's what he's making me feel like. Like, that's the stupidest thing. His parents are dead on right to keep pushing it and to keep looking for the correct answer. Period. Whether the other parents like it or whether anybody else likes it, his parents are doing the correct thing for him. And that's 100% accurate as far as he feels it, because that is not how he died. Now, I do know that there was some finding when they dug the body up, and I'm surprised nobody cremated it to get rid of the evidence. What I'm hearing, okay, so the organs were missing. He had an exact and very strong answer for that. First of all, what was going on in this high school was a fight club. So kids were getting betted on, or there were bets against who could beat who or who could do what. And it may not have been like literally an underground fight club, but if someone had a beef, people would take bets. And there was a real feeling with the person, and there's 3 people actually that are responsible for his death, but one who did the final blow. The reason the organs are missing, this is what he told me, is because somebody fucking hit him so hard in that area of the body that it would show the damage on the liver, and the damage on the liver would implement somebody. So
and that's possibly true. And I think he was beaten to death. That's my opinion. I believe he was beaten to death.
Not sure. Okay, let me word it this way. If I have a ring on and I hit somebody in the liver area, in the stomach area, and I hit him so hard, is the imprint of my ring on there? Is something about my physicality on that part of the body? And if so, does it go all the way through to the internal organ? Because we had to get rid of those organs because they were evidence in the opposite of what the coroner said. Shame on all those people there for putting something so ridiculous in writing. Because this is what I agree with due to my own experience with this. But the police department, the coroners, when they write something on a report and they write accidental death, you have to go through legal, absolute lawyers and this, that, and the other to get it changed, and you have to have a supplement added, and they might not do it. Then you have to get a lawyer to sue them to put the correct information. The reason it was done so quickly is they were covering up, period, end of conversation. He's shaking his head yes on that. So there's 3, the female didn't touch him. I mean, she may have, okay, she set him up to go with her because the 3 that were attacking him wanted to lure him in. And what better way to lure a young man in than to entice him, especially a double Venus ruled kid, with somebody that he finds attractive. So she helped set it up. I would almost say like a honeypot operation. That's way, way technical. I'm not saying that they were thinking it like that, but the guys over here are like, yeah, like this, and you go do this. And she wanted to be with them, so she actually obeyed and went and did that, and now is horrified. There will be one death of one of the 3 male people who did this to him. It hasn't happened yet. It will happen by their own hand. Nobody's going to do it to them. They will take their own life, and you will get your answer. That's actually what I'm hearing. So one of them will take their own life, and I think it's the person that did the final blow because they cannot take it, okay? The whole investigation has been blocked and blocked and blocked because it's really weird. It literally is a fight club type of scenario. There was bullying, there was intimidation. There was, every time you do this, we're going to slap you 75 times worse and shut you down because how dare you put your kid in a position with our kid. So it kind of is It's more territorial than technically racist. It's more territorial. Like, this is what we do, and you're an outsider. Now, there does have to be happen to be a differential in how he looks and how they look. That is true. But the audacity of Kendrick is what they're thinking, to come in and show everybody up with skill. So there was jealousy and envy directed at him, and that's what this was about. But it was also a fight club. Now, there's drugs involved during this as well. I have said this because I've met so many young men in high school after raising 2 boys and meeting.
Y'all think she's on point? Think she giving the drop completely on point, or you think she a little off? What do y'all think in the chat? Let me know. Make sure you liking the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Let's go.
All their friends. Athletes shoot up steroids. If you're shooting up steroids, you're a drug addict. I know people don't like to hear that, but you don't think clearly. You don't think clearly on steroids. You get big, you gain weight. The minute you stop the drug, that goes away and your natural form comes back. But you don't act rationally. The more steroids you take, the more weird you get. The more steroids you take, the more cocaine you do. And that's what I'm seeing, okay? And I don't care how old they were. I don't care that they're in high school. I'm actually seeing that. So there was irrational thinking around him, meaning they targeted him, and it was kind of irrational. Something happened to the liver area, stomach, liver area. I'm pointing to my right side, left side, but liver area, okay? Something happened to that area of the body, and that's what caused the actual final blow. It was a fight club. So he was beaten up, he was kicked, kind of stomped on, beaten up, and it was intentional. It was not an accident. It was not a cover-up. They did it to stop him, to beat the competition. And they used a female friend to lure him into the space and to concoct anger so that they could justify.
And that sounds logical to me. That sounds very logical. That might be exactly what happened here. Crazy work. Let's continue.
And autopsy. In that autopsy, Anderson told the Johnsons he'd found evidence that Kendrick died as the result of a blow to the neck and not accidental asphyxia after slipping into a rolled gym mat at school, as investigators in Georgia had said. But what Dr. Anderson did not find shocked them.
When we got the body for the second autopsy, that organs, the heart, lungs, liver, etc., were not with the body.
The brain?
The brain, they were all absent.
Every organ from the top of Kendrick's head to his pelvis gone, and his family had no idea.
We have been let down again. And when we buried Kendrick, we thought we was burying Kendrick, not half of Kendrick.
I'm not sure at this point who did not return the organs to the body, but I know when we got the body, the organs were not there.
So CNN contacted the 2 entities that had custody of Kendrick's body and access to his organs. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which conducted the first autopsy in January, and Harrington Funeral Home, which the Johnsons chose to embalm and prepare Kendrick's body for burial days later. A spokeswoman for the state tells CNN after its autopsy, the organs were placed in Johnson's body, the body was closed, then the body was released to the funeral home. State investigators say it's their normal practice, but what happened after his body arrived at the funeral home was anything but normal.
What was in the place of the organs?
Newspaper.
Newspaper.
Dr. Anderson showed me the pictures of Kendrick's body he'd taken during the second autopsy.
It's a Black Friday ad, JCPenney ad.
Yes.
Stuffing that newspaper in like he was a garbage can inside his body. It's unbelievable.
I'd imagine that's it.
They literally put newspaper in place of his organs and tried to blame it on the funeral home. I don't think the funeral home had nothing to do with that, because the family chose this funeral home. I think it arrived at that place just like they said it did.
A different kind of pain.
Yeah.
Why do you think that there would be newspaper stuffed in your child?
I never heard of that before. Never.
Neither had the founder of a national embalming academy contacted by CNN, who said it's not consistent with the standards of care in the industry, nor had the president of the National Association of Medical Examiners, who told CNN he's never heard of this practice.
Why would the funeral home discard his organs and stuff them with newspaper?
The question is, why did he tell us?
So what exactly did the Harrington Funeral...
The Harrington Funeral Home was paid off. I don't think they had nothing to do with this. Again, I think it arrived there like this, and they just like, hey, look, y'all just take the rap. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Take this check. All right, that's my belief. I could be wrong though.
Funeral home do with Kendrick's organs, and why was he stuffed with old newspaper? We went to their office to find out, but their response to us, no comment. However, in a letter to the Johnsons' attorney, Harrington Funeral Home owner Antonio Harrington denies he received Kendrick's organs. He writes in part, his internal organs were destroyed through natural process and henceforth were discarded before the body was sent back to Valdosta.
I don't think they had nothing to do with it.
It's another disappointing answer for parents determined to know what happened to their son before and now after his death. And they admit they're struggling.
Unbearable, just about. Only thing that wakes you up in the morning is just to keep pushing.
Victor Blackwell joins us now. This is an unbelievable newspaper inside this young man's body. I understand there's an investigation into where Kendrick Johnson's organs went and why. What do we know about it?
Well, Anderson, we contacted the Georgia Secretary of State's office because they issued licenses to funeral homes. We wanted to check on the history of Harrington Funeral Home. And when we told them why we were calling, they decided that they too wanted to know where are Kendrick Johnson's organs, and they wanted to know more about this process, this practice of stuffing bodies with newspaper, something that they'd never heard of either.
How was the family's autopsy doctor able to determine the cause of death then?
Yeah, I asked him, if the organs aren't there, how can you determine how Kendrick died? Well, he says that essentially blunt force trauma was not in the organs. It was in the right side jaw, which was actually noted as bruised during the paramedics report on the day he was found. He dissected the jaw, which had not been dissected in the first autopsy, found bleeding under the skin. He dissected the left side as well, did not find the bleeding, and he concluded that that bruising indicated, also with the bleeding, that there was blunt force trauma, that Kendrick took that blow to the neck.
But they saying he rolled up into a mat. This dude was beaten. And everything points to this case should have never been closed. Everything points to it. Everything points to the case not being closed. I have to make sure my videos is right over here. All right, so let's get to this next video, man. We're not done. Let's continue.
Our exclusive investigation into the death of Kendrick Johnson, specifically what school surveillance video can tell us about how he died and what's missing from it. Again, here's Victor Blackwell.
CNN has hired Grant Fredericks and his team at Forensic Video Solutions to analyze the hundreds of hours of surveillance from Lowndes High School. Although he does not believe the jumpy video is the result of editing, he says there are some other major problems.
Those files are not original files. They're not something that an investigator should rely on for the truth of the video. They've been altered in a number of ways, primarily in image quality, and likely in dropped information loss. There are also a number of files that are corrupted because they've not been processed correctly and they're not playable. So I can't say why they were done that way, but they were not done correctly and they were not done thoroughly. So we're missing information.
Frederick says that's likely due to how investigators acquired the surveillance video.
Right now, what they've done is they have left it up to the school district to define what it is they want to provide the police. And I think that probably is a mistake.
According to Lowndes County Sheriff's Office incident reports, a detective watched a portion of the surveillance video the day Kendrick Johnson was found. Then he asked the school board's information technology worker for a copy of the surveillance video for the entire wing of the school with the old gym for the last 48 hours. 5 days later, that IT worker provided a hard drive, and according to the incident report, the detective verified it contained the requested surveillance video.
So the investigator's responsibility is to acquire the entire digital video recording system and then have their staff define what they want to obtain. You don't want somebody who might be party to the responsibility to make the decision as to what they provide the police.
And after hours of analysis, Fredericks questions whether Lowndes County Schools provided all of the surveillance video from the old gym to investigators.
There is a whole of time where none of the cameras provide any record that I've been provided.
Fredericks has all the camera angles and all the video released by the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office.
There are 4 cameras in the gym that records motion from when the lights turn on in the morning until when the lights are turned off at night, except for the area of interest.
The moments before Kendrick Johnson enters the gym. Look at what happens to the recordings from these 4 cameras in the gym. The time is recorded with the video. The first camera captures images from the start of the day until 12:04 p.m. Then, nothing. It picks up again at 1:09 p.m. There's consistent surveillance from the second camera until 11:05 a.m. Then it stops and picks up again more than 2 hours later at 1:15 p.m. The third camera also drops at 11:05 a.m. It picks up again at 1:16 p.m. And from the final camera, there's surveillance until 12:04 p.m., no recording for more than an hour, then it picks up again at 1:09 p.m.
I would absolutely expect there to be some record of that activity, and we don't have any here.
Here's why Fredericks would have expected the motion-activated system to record during that time. During that hour and 5 minutes, several students are seen walking into and out of the old gym from the surveillance camera just outside the gym door. We count 7 male students, and 3 of them walk into the gym within 3 minutes prior to Kendrick Johnson walking in.
I can't tell you whether there was no information recorded in the digital video system, or whether somebody made an error and didn't capture it, or whether somebody just didn't provide it.
When surveillance in the gym resumes at 1:09, we see just these few frames of Kendrick Johnson running in the gym. Here's that moment from all of the cameras in the gym, although there's a record from only 2, and the camera just outside the door. Notice, the hall camera timestamp appears to be 10 minutes behind, and there's no confirmation either time matches the exact time of day. It is the last time his image is captured on video. For the next hour, there are multiple gaps in the video surveillance in the gym.
And that is crucial.
And that's where they ran the play at. I mean, this is like a copy and paste case to me. It's so sad and unfortunate, but it's like copy and paste.
It's a really important time.
Well, it really is the only option to answer the question, really what happened.
And there's no video showing the initial discovery of a body in the gym. The next time we see Kendrick Johnson is the following day when he's being wheeled out of the gym in a body bag.
Do you believe it's a coincidence that that time period in the gym is missing?
Oh boy. Investigators are always suspicious and should be suspicious. And it's suspicious that that time period is not there. So yes, I would be suspicious. And until I have the digital video system in my hand, until I can say, or an investigator can say, everything is intact, this was what's recorded, I would still be highly suspicious of this.
So after fighting for months on a city street corner and in the county courthouse to get the surveillance video, Kendrick Johnson's parents still do not know who was in the gym before Kendrick ran in, nor who, if anyone, was there or what happened in those moments after.
Victor Blackwell joins us now. So what's the school district and the sheriff's department saying?
Well, Anderson, we sent a long list of questions to both an attorney for the sheriff's office and an attorney for the Lowndes County School District. Well, we have not received an answer to our questions from the attorney for the sheriff's office, but we have received a response from the attorney for the school district. No comment. Although that attorney has said that he will make the original hard drive available to the court. And of course, the Johnsons want to make sure that all the information from the school's hard drive was then given to the sheriff's office, which they hope eventually was all passed on to them. And of course, we'll find that out. Wow. Anderson?
What y'all think about that, man? That's crazy work. This case is just freaking sad, man. Let's continue, man. We're not done. We are not done. Let's continue.
It's the only video shot inside the Lowndes High School gym the day 17-year-old Kendrick Johnson was found dead.
Kendrick Johnson was a young man who was found dead inside of a rolled-up gym mat. Many have wondered if this was all an accident or if he was murdered by a fellow classmate. His first autopsy report came back saying that he died due to asphyxiation from being stuck inside the gym mat. There was, however, a second autopsy report done, which then found out that he died due to blunt force trauma. Today, we try to get answers and find out what truly happened to Kendrick Johnson. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe and click the like button for more videos like this. With all that being said, let's get straight into today's video. We're looking to get in contact with the spirit of Kendrick Johnson tonight. I know we've tried contacting Kendrick before with little success, but my spirit guides have told me that now is the best time to do so. There may be some reasons as to why this may be the case, but we will touch on that later in the session. Kendrick, are you here with us tonight?
In here.
You're in here? I can hear you.
Just today.
You're here just today?
Speaking, if you want some, is my short sleep.
Did you know that your case was just reopened after 8 years at the time of filming this session? Is it that you...
They found out the other day. What y'all think about this? Y'all think it's cap or gems? What y'all think?
You being here on this specific date has something to do with the case reopening after all this time? That too? Do you have something that you want to tell us tonight about the case?
But that was
It was a homicide.
and I'm very
You're screaming. Yeah, this is creepy as hell. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is some creepy ass stuff. But let's continue, man. Let's continue. Hold on. There's some creepy ass stuff. All right, let's get back to it, man. As always, let's get back to it.
Barely screaming or something. I'll have to look back at that. Can you talk to us about that day, Kendrick?
like everything's closed.
Everything's closed? Are you talking about the doors that brought you to the place you were at? Were they locked, usually?
Sleep. It's not like that.
It's not like that. Did somebody lock you in that room after this was done?
I also listen first.
Do you have any messages?
That was foolish.
Messages for your parents who've been fighting to have this case reopened?
Yeah.
Mom, your family can definitely hear these messages if you want to leave them a message. Security.
Remember my soul.
Footage shows you walking to the gym. Did you have any confrontations with anyone prior to entering the gym?
That's a whole topic for another time.
That's a whole nother topic for another time.
It's important if you can give us information about this case. This can definitely help find the person who did this to you, Kendrick. They said it was a common thing for students to climb on top of the rolled up 6-foot-tall gym mats and to also store their shoes behind and underneath them.
This giant rock.
A rock? This is interesting, guys. If you remember what I said earlier, it says on the autopsy report that he was officially killed due to blunt force trauma, and I think I just heard something about a rock. Did this person throw a rock at you or hit you in the head with a rock? The official police report did say at first that you fell into the gym mat when you went on top trying to recover your shoes, I believe is what they said. Is that accurate, Kendrick?
Look at that, you're like, okay, am I open-minded enough? You know what I'm saying?
You're not open-minded enough. I ain't gonna lie, bro. being open-minded watching this shit, and it's creepy. I'm being very open-minded watching this, and it's creeping me the hell out. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
Do you think you were murdered, Kendrick?
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, that's right. Do you think you were murdered?
Cannot breathe.
Can you breathe? I'm not sure if that's what I heard, but thank you for coming through. I know it's hard to use these settings. Can you just answer us really quickly? Do you think you were murdered? Just a yes or no answer.
On the top.
We're on the top.
You were on the top. Did you get pushed in?
Yes.
Wow. That was clear. Thank you so much, Kendrick. Wow, that was clear. Could somebody have positioned your body in there after murdering you, or did they throw you inside?
Say it like something.
Well, thank you. I like you too.
We are same.
We are the same.
We are the same, that's right. Were you thrown inside the gym mat before or after you claim you were murdered?
Yo, what the fuck, man? I don't know that. This dude is. That dude content scares me. I can't lie to you. That dude content scares the hell out of me. But sometimes I just go to it to see what the hell going on. You just never know with these cases. It's bully. Bully. Get off me.
Alright, Kendrick, we switched back to these settings now, which are a little bit more easier for you to use. Can you name any of the people who have done this to you, Kendrick?
Same
one from where?
I'm trying really hard.
You're trying really hard? That's okay, you can take your time. If you were murdered, did you know the people who did this to you, or were they just random bullies or people you haven't seen before, Kendrick?
There were a lot of people.
There were a lot of people. We're now going to ask some questions about the afterlife, considering how scary your death was. It's unimaginable for me to try to just picture the things that could have happened to you. Has it been a hard transition over to the afterlife, Kendrick?
Here we live our best life.
Wow, that's heart-touching. Thank you for giving us that information, Kendrick. Were you able to make it to the light, Kendrick?
Unanswered on all platforms.
Wow, just like that, I think we lost Kendrick. And when I say we lost Kendrick, I think he ran out of energy to be able to come through and continue conversations with us. But that was just about all the questions I had on our list today. So we did get a lot of questions, I think, answered.
You scaring the hell out of me, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. Scaring the hell out of me. I don't know, man. As far as the Kendrick Johnson case, I believe it's going to remain closed, officially closed. RIP to Kendrick. But I definitely, if y'all would like to hear about the case and uncover what we can uncover, I would take the case back on to reopen it on my platform. But if y'all want a part two, y'all got to let me know in the comment section. I don't know if y'all be enjoying the content or not, but hey, as always, I give you some long formed content and I give it to you how I give it to you. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the video, share the video, hype the video, get into the comment section. If you want to donate, Cash App $Ratchettv, or send a super chat, super sticker, or whatever. I appreciate all that. But hey, that's the story for another day as far as if we want to part two or if we're gonna continue the Kendrick Johnson case. As far as everything else, man, you already know this your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang, and this is Ratchettv. And your boy finna get the heck up out of here, man. Look, we've been here for almost an hour again. And look, I just gave y'all another story with the Ashley Janae. I still got a Kanika Jenkins story coming, part 6 on that one. So y'all get into the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this Kendrick Johnson case. And if you want to see him get justice. I'm gone, man. I got to get up out of here. See y'all on the next one. I'm gone.